I hate myself is what I used to think when I was younger. What I used to think about myself. I used to actually hate myself, bro. Now, if y'all see, I got my hair slicked back. I don't ever have my hair slicked back. You go to any photo of me, any video of me, I will always have my hair down in my face. Why? What makes you ask that question? I have a skin condition, as you may see, on my head. And I've been dealing with this for a very long time now. It is psoriasis along the top of my head. It's actually along the side of my head as well. A little bit around the back on both sides. I've talked a little bit about it in the past, but I wanted to actually make a full sit down video and just be completely vulnerable and sit in front of the camera, showing my biggest insecurity with nothing to hide. I'm not hiding behind my hair down in front of my face. I'm not hiding behind a hat. I'm not hiding behind anything. I'm completely vulnerable with my biggest insecurity. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you watching this, whoever you are, I want to show you that your insecurities are not as big as you make them to be. Growing up, I genuinely hated myself because of this. I hated the way I looked. I lived such a big majority of my life in this fearful mindset. I felt like I always had to hide. I had to hide who I was. God forbid people saw this. I would freak out. I think 14-year-old me would actually crumble inside if he knew that I was recording a video and posting it on YouTube about this. We live in such a insecure generation of people. Everything you see on the internet is made to make you feel insecure, whether that's insecure about your status in life. You see people driving Lambos at 20, I'm saying, living this lifestyle, all this looks maxing shit, where if you don't look like this, you're worthless. If you don't look perfect, you're worthless. You see this a lot in the gym community as well. If you don't have a 1% physique, your physique's trash. And all that is doing is it's making this new generation of the youth constantly focus outside of themselves and constantly compare who they are to people that they've never even met. Now, I'm all for self-improvement. I'm all for bettering yourself. But it gets to a point where you're not bettering yourself anymore. You're rejecting who you are. And trust me, I know what it's like to reject who you are. I've done it my whole life. Hiding, period. Living in this shell. I'm in a position in my life where I genuinely just don't give a fuck about anyone's opinions anymore. I genuinely don't care. I've lived my whole life hiding. I've lived my whole life in fear. I lived my whole life being insecure and afraid to be myself. And I know there's a lot of people in the world that feel the same. Maybe they deal with the same thing. I want you to know that you are not alone. Because I thought I was. I thought I was alone in the way that I felt. I felt like nobody understood the way that I felt because I had to deal with this. It kind of looks normal when I squint my eyes up. It looks like it's not even there. Maybe I'll just walk around like this. Growing up, I felt like I was ugly because of this. Now, when I have my hair down on my face, I mean, you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I've come to a realization that I shouldn't let my surroundings dictate how I feel on the inside. I shouldn't let even my body dictate who I am, because I am not my body, and my body doesn't define me. Not one bit. It doesn't. I've come to realize that it is my soul that defines who I am. And unfortunately, in today's society, it's becoming less apparent that your soul truly defines who you are, and it's more about the physical look and the physical appearance of which that you look like. I always preach about self-love, always. You can go on my TikTok, you can go on even maybe some previous videos on this YouTube and watch, and I always talk about self-love and being confident within yourself. It's all coming from a place of realness. I'm not just out here saying, oh, love yourself, because I know what it's like to not love yourself. I know what it's like to hate yourself, literally. Hence the title of this video. I know what it's like to constantly live in this negative energy every single day, where you look at yourself in the mirror and you can only pick out the things that you don't like. I know what that feels like, bro. And if I can put myself in a position to be vulnerable, to where I don't give a fuck and I'm able to actually live a much more meaningful and peaceful life, regardless of what people have to say, regardless of regardless of what I look like, I know that you can do it too. Simple. The answer is never, and let me say this again, the answer is never outside of you. Never. Because I thought it was for the longest time. I kept distracting myself with outside material items and, status quo to try to fix a void inside of myself that I've been dealing with for a very long time. It wasn't until I turned the camera inwards I literally found the key. Because it's not like my skin condition went away. It's not like it just magically disappeared. It's that I changed the way that I perceived myself. You get it? I changed the way that I looked at myself. I realized that nobody on the outside world is making me feel like this but me. And no one outside of me has the right to make me feel a certain way but me. Unless I love you. Then you're gonna make me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you know me in real life, you know me to probably be a low-key motivational guy. I'm always trying to spit some motivational facts. And it's because I know my purpose on this earth. And I know that my purpose is to help people and make people believe in themselves and make people love themselves. Because I could have taken this and been like, why me? Why do I have to deal with this? Fuck me, poor me. But now I look at this as, this is the reason I think the way that I think, and I am the way that I am. And the reason that I came up with this purpose. You get what I'm saying? I want to be able to inspire other people to get out of their comfort zone. And more importantly, I want to make other people comfortable in their own skin. Because this life is too short to live it constantly hating on yourself. I really hope this video reached the right people. Hopefully you can find some sort of value in my words and even just my experience and my story. So even if you're 15, 16, 17, maybe you're not dealing with something like this. Maybe you have other shit going on. Whether it's internal, external, whatever it is, just know that feeling is only temporary. It's not going to be forever. Thank you for listening. I love you.